So a lot of people are keeping their cash close to their chests this
Like we.
season. Yeah, sorry, that joke just came from nowhere. I'm sorry. But really, really, when it comes to cash scarcity, that's what everybody is talking about. They've been talking about it for the past few days. A lot of banks are, in quote, rationing cash, as it is said, according to a lot of the papers and the news reports, that there is a cash scarcity. Now, this time last year, we were in the throes of queues for fuel and also queues for cash.
It was hard.
It was really hard.
By this time last year, it was hard. It was hard. Nigerians groaned. I think one of the most favorite or one of the most popular sayings then was, "We're buying Naira with Naira."
Yeah.
And it was big. Like, oh, so we now buy it. So it seemed like, look, can it get lower than this? Hopefully, it doesn't get to that particular situation. But what it worries me, and I don't know the reason why. I have tried to check out some reports why we would have a scarcity of cash at this point in time. And there's a talk about people hoarding funds for Christmas. And I'm wondering what you're hoarding for, because most of the places you're going to spend this money, they have a cashless, or they can initiate cashless transactions. I mean, if you're going to where? The malls, if you're going to the beach, or if you're going to anywhere, those people, in fact, they won't tell you. I've gone to some institutions where they tell you that they don't operate with cash in the premises.
Yeah.
I went to this particular restaurant where he was here, Father Boy, and then I saw that, look, we don't have cash.
No cash.
So we prefer, if you come here, because nobody's talking about change and all of that, we prefer if it's cashless and we don't see anything, go straight on that. And that is the way to go, as it stands now. So I'm wondering what you are holding the cash for. But then, a lot of when it comes to goods and food that we do, a lot of people still transact with cash.
You're talking about you live in the city.
Yeah.
Not everybody lives in a metropolitan city like
True that.
this. Not everyone has gone cashless yet.
Yes,
Even though a
definitely.
lot of people, a large percentage, after that experience last year, they never want to go through that again. They either have one of those mobile transfer platforms which give an instant ping whenever the money has entered. That sound is very glorifying. When you hear that sound, you're like, okay, the money has entered. That things have shifted. Things are definitely a lot better than last year. But now, the question is, are we the source of our own problem? The same way people hoard fuel, and they've done that for over a decade. I've known of people keeping fuel for the rainy day. Are we not the ones just, causing challenges for ourselves? Why not just figure out vendors or places that you can make purchases that use the online platforms or transfer platforms and avoid the cash platforms, so you don't have to even worry about this cash issue? Maybe, yes, if you're going on long journeys throughout Nigeria, you need to hold some cash. You just have to have cash. Maybe you need to buy something along the way or whatever. But I'm just trying to think.
Oil some palms. Anyways.
Wow,
that thing she said, I intentionally had to find a way to ensure that at some point I can give tips. I would want to do more in some particular situations. I find out, I don't have any cash on me.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard to give a tip with a card if they don't have a receiving terminal or something.
Yeah,
they have.
they have.
I wanted to say something.
They have.
Okay, so now this is what I would say. Answering or trying to address the situation or the reason why the whole people are hoarding cash and all of that. I remember not too long ago going through, I think, the papers, and it was talking about the whole back and forth with a CBN regulation, talking about whether pulling or withdrawing the old Naira notes and the new Naira notes. And of course, you mentioned that this time last year, we were literally struggling, but because of they were literally cutting down on everything. Do you understand? So now it's coming from that fear, right? Of, okay, fine, anything can happen at any time. This old money is in circulation, new money is in circulation. At any time, they might decide to pull back the old money, and people don't want to be caught unawares. But now, I think it's also, the whole idea is also to promote the idea of cashless, a cashless economy. But then again, as you rightly said, not everyone is in a metropolitan city like Lagos. But then again, even in Lagos, then it was tougher because going to the markets, people were still insistent on cash. But then again, from then till now, there has been an immersed change, drastic change. A lot of people now are going with all this online platforms and money transfer platforms as well. So I just think everybody's just trying to be safe.
Yeah.
So let's talk also about the idea of POSs. They also got really popular last year. Now their charges are off the roof. Then it came down, but now again, because I remember withdrawing about how much, or rather, I'm going to use a POS. And the charges were like, what, 300 for, I think, 10,000. Yeah, so it was 200 for 5,000. And I know people were complaining and all of that. No, compared to what it was before.
You see,
So okay, so there is a report online I'm going to read from now that talks about, CBN moving to sort of suspend the charges for cash withdrawals and also reduce the fees for heavy deposits, because there was about a 2%, 3% processing charge for deposits over, I think, 3 million naira for companies and 500,000 for individuals.
Yeah.
And they've completely removed that now to encourage people, I guess,
to bring in
cash so that they can distribute more.
And so I don't think there's an official memo to this, but I know that intentionally the central bank are doing their best to reduce the money in circulation.
Yes.
And that's what you do if you want to initiate a cashless society.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So they are trying to look, if they are trying to reduce the dependence on cash.
Yeah.
But like you said, as not just an urban, but as a rural society, and as a place where most of what we consume are still from that rural society, we are still not fully ready for a complete switchover.
But
it's going to be gradual.
It definitely is going to be gradual, but I'll have this to say. Fine, okay, trying to reduce the cash in circulation depends on certain platforms that need to be on ground and ready to roll with that system.
True.
Do you understand? We cannot be having issues with transfers from our regular popular banks, and then it's always tough. Like, I literally went to buy something, they literally were like, they don't want any, they wanted the normal, the more popular ones now. What they call
the mobile
transfer platforms, as opposed to like a typical banking app transfer and things like that. So yeah, we need to put those.
So kudos to those who are finding solutions for transfers now. The mobile operators, honestly, mobile money operators, they're doing an amazing job. Staying consistent, at least for now. But we would love to hear your thoughts.